gotta show me love. No more riding with lies against us. You gotta show me trust. Yeah. If you wanna ride with us, you gotta show me love. No more riding with lies against us. You gotta show me trust. If you're looking for inclusion, then talk to me. Talk to the family tree. We can all ride when it's time to slide on our enemies. And we can all ride when it's time to override these policies. If you wanna ride with us, you gotta show me love. No more riding with lies, sister. You gotta show me trust. If you wanna ride with us, you gotta show me love. No more riding with lies, sister. You gotta show me trust. You wanna ride with us, you gotta show me love. No more riding with lies against us. You gotta show me trust. Hey. If you wanna ride with us, you gotta show me love. No more riding with lies. You gotta show me trust. If you wanna ride with us, you gotta show me love. I'm riding with lies. You gotta show me trust.
Okay, let's get this thing cracking right. This where we at, man. Listen, I'm gonna let the people get up in here, man. Infinite Minds, I see you, man. Mongo Slade, what's going on? Got the serial killers up in the building like they supposed to be. Crying. Thunder, you know what? I'm glad to know you, bro. You're a good dude.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely glad I met you, man. Definitely.
But I swear, yo, I ain't know you was that daggone big, though, boy. As much shit as I talk, I was like, damn.
And for people who don't know, he ain't no small guy, bro. He will fold. I believe he'll fold up the majority of all y'all.
I ain't no little dude. I ain't no fat dude neither. I ain't none of the above.
Yeah, probably 6'1", 6'2", 20, 230, somewhere in there.
I'm having fun too. Enjoying. But let's get to this right here.
FBA, man. Where we at? FBA or vaccines? Where you want to go?
We on some FBA. But let me say it's the title FBA, the loss of elders. Misinformation, run rabbit. So let me say this. Thunder, you can respect this. You know, when we first started doing our thing, right? We had elders that we wasn't quite, they was old. Diopson and them was dead, right? John Henry Clark was dead. Dr. Ben was the last one. Leonard Jeffries and them, right? And what they was doing was, although they had a lot of, I would say, information that we might not agree with today, they was trying to push us towards science and use science to kind of dig that history up, right? They use academic sources, right? Even in Dr. Ben's work, no matter how rag you think it is, he used all the academic sources. John Jackson, the same way. They use all academic sources.
Diop, I don't know about Diop though, bro.
Yeah, no, listen, he was, but he was a physicist, so he respected science. He
respected science, but he ain't used science to make them arguments.
Because they was challenging a field that was young anyway, right? And there was a lot of misinformation on both sides, but that's not the point. My point was, that's who I gravitated to, but I didn't get a chance to meet them, right? And the next generation of elders, yo, they didn't follow suit at all. I'm gonna say this again. That next generation of elders, which would have been like Shemaiahs and them, the ones that started the shrines, right? Shemaiahs and them, Bobby Hemmett, Phil Valentine, James Smalls, right? None of them.
Ray.
Who you talking about? Ray? Who?
Ray?
Nah, he wasn't even around. Yeah, I can't include him.
Oh, okay.
But he is an elder, right? He's a preacher, though, right? So, but none of them was advocating for science. So I'm saying is, it was that next generation of elders, bro, that come before me, they wasn't there. They wasn't promoting science, yo. So all I could do was, I couldn't accept that because I was pushing for science, right? I was trying to follow the footsteps of Dr. Ben and them, right? Even if they got things wrong, they gave me a reading list in the back of all their books where I could actually correct their stuff. So I looked at them to be the elders, right? I went to meet Dr. Ben. I missed the damn plane and he died the damn next week. Okay, so I never, big up to Reggie. So we didn't have comfortable elders. So the space that I was developing, the scientific space of promoting scientific literacy to promote African-American history, there wasn't nobody left. They was either Phil Valentine, Delbert Blair, the pseudos, completely pseudos, or Aswald Crazy, right? Who else? Aswald Crazy. What's the guy that did the daggone book? You got what's the other one? God damn, yo, you got Aswald Crazy, and then you got man. Oh my goodness, yo. I can't believe I'm forgetting this man's name, man. But even he was broader. He wrote the broader files. Man, they wasn't promoting science like that. So I didn't have nobody to put science first, like John Jackson and them did. Right? Nobody was teaching evolution, bro. Like John Jackson, Dr. Ben, Shikant Diop, they wasn't. Okay, so I ain't had no damn elders. So when people say I'm disrespecting the elders, that's not true. I ain't had no elders. So I moved into a space that it was new. Wasn't nobody doing it. Wasn't no elders. And we jumped in like you supposed to. I was about 30 something, and I just dove in.
Yeah, so, but you were disrespectful though. You were disrespectful.
I wasn't disrespectful. I was doing
y'all was doing 8-hour shows, calling them boys pseudo and all this other stuff.
They was, and they wasn't my elders though. They was. It was the truth. And hold on, if Dr. Benjamin was here, he would have said the same thing, yo.
Dr. Ben would not have called himself a pseudo. Dr. Ben would have said, "Hey, we got some stuff wrong." And with the accumulation of certain information that we didn't know at the time, he would have made a different case. I know that's what he would have said.
No, he did, because guess what? The people that did the shrines and all that, Dr. Ben ain't mess with them. He thought they was lost their mind. See? He was like, "No, y'all tripping," because they overgeneralized what Egypt was. They made
the shrine of my eye and all that stuff.
All them shrines, yeah. They would never mess with none of that because they knew that was white people's thing for real. That come out of the New Age movement. And see, those particular elders, they graduated to the New Age movement. Look at all their books. Look at Anthony Broader books. What's the other guy? Yo, he wrote some Egyptian books. I was talking to somebody the other day. They all had the chakras in it. Yeah, they was mixing that New Age terminology. And I'm saying, yo, that wasn't my cup of tea. That's not where I was going at. I never was going to do that. And so people say, I never disrespected nobody. I just didn't I don't have to respect that. See, that's when we get it twisted, yo. I didn't disrespect them. I just didn't respect what they were saying because I knew they left a whole tool on the table. Now we see what actually occurred, right? So you got Tariq, right? He's around my age. You got Tariq and them. Man, they ain't had what they did. They made their own thing up, bro. They didn't take that through no strainer, right? They didn't go to the real intellectuals. They didn't go to a university and test some of their ideas and get a professor and talk to them, get a person in anthropology. Well, we're going to make the Hidden Colors movie. Let's get some black anthropology. Let's talk. They didn't do that. No, they carried the Bobby Hemmett and all that nonsense forward is what they end up doing, yo. So what I'm saying is, yo, there wasn't any elders that was promoting science and science literacy and authentic African-American history. So Rob Bourne and them, they had to get all it out the mud, yo. Truth and them had to get it out the mud. Sean, we had to get it out the mud, bro. And everybody looked at us like we was crazy and threw tomatoes at us. So don't come to me, come on, I don't respect the elder. Nigga, it wasn't no damn elders. I had to become the fucking elder. Sean them had to become the elder. Rob Bonham had to become the elders at young fucking ages.
Oh, yeah, but you had to stand on their shoulders, though. If nothing else, you got to say that they was the one that got your.
I agree.
Man. They got you going.
I said Dr. Ben and them. I said John Jackson and them. I stand on their shoulders, but I wasn't looking at their damn face. Meaning, I wasn't sitting there listening to them. Yo, come on, I wasn't. I stood on their shoulders. But I wasn't standing on the shoulders of Shamaz and them, because I thought they was slap crazy with what they were saying, bro.
Let me ask you a question. Do you believe that you would have if you would have met Dr. Ben during that week, your sentiment would not be filled with any contention? You would give that man his props, blah, blah, blah. You wouldn't be challenging what he was saying and all that. You wouldn't do that one time. I know it and you know it.
Nah, if he'd have said something crazy about the Egyptians, I had to break him down on that point.
8, 9, blind, crippling, crazy. You would not have done that.
I would have. Because he would have Dr. Ben can respect that as a fellow atheist. See, don't forget, I named the atheist for you. John Jackson was an atheist. Dr. Ben was an atheist. Hubert Harrison was an atheist. It's always the atheists that bring the authentic history. And you're right, kick door low. I stand on the shoulders of Einstein and Carl Sagan. See, that's something that, oh my God, look what they're doing. That's like I just stepped on a holy grail. Like you gotta stand on the shoulders of all white people. I mean, of all black people. That's craziness. You stand on the shoulders of those who were intelligent, although made mistakes. It don't matter what their skin color would have been. You stand on the shoulders of the knowledge and wisdom that they brought. Simple as that. So I agree with you, kick door low. Yeah, Carl Sagan was a revolutionary.
What's good? I would say, what's good with it, bro? I would say, me and Ngozi wouldn't even let you ride out like that, bro.
Oh yeah, y'all niggas weren't fair. Y'all wasn't playing fair, yo. They wouldn't let me ride, yo. These niggas was on my head, yo.
Who was that, Gullah Geechee?
That's Gullah Geechee and them, yo. They was
what's up, Gullah?
20. Go. I met Gullah. He was about 20. I met Gozy, he was about 22, cussing me out. Gullah never cussed me out, but Gozy used to cuss me out. Yo, last guy.
No, this is the problem, man. The problem is brothers like Gullah, brothers like Ngozi, and maybe even yourself, to a certain extent, the way you all were, I didn't see widespread acceptance of you all in that community, whether you think you was or not.
No, we wasn't. We never.
I don't think you was.
We wasn't.
So,
still to this day.
So that and so the power, the fight you fighting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it, bro, because
it's working.
Even right now, with us, with you all, with more information, with more scientific literacy, bro, even you self-profess to not even still be fully accepted in the community right now. We ain't talking about in the early 90s. We're talking about 2025. Yeah. And that's why I say I think it's a shame. It's a shame that Minister Inky and all these cats continue to be platformed and we still going down the same. We ain't making the necessary change that got to be made for this thing to really transmute from being pseudo black racist garbage to actual scientific literacy. Man, it's got to occur at some point.
I think it has occurred because now in other spaces you hear people use the word pseudo intellectual, right? They don't even know why they're saying it, but they're saying it. Nobody wasn't saying that until Ngozi came in and cussed out who he cussed out, Gullah. He cussed out my man Clyde Winters. Yeah, so Ngozi was the first person to call an elder a pseudo. He was like, "You're a damn flaming pseudo."
Yeah, shoot, Ngozi and beat Inky ass up so bad the first time, he beat him up into Pan-Genesis, even had a conversation about the shit.
Yeah, so
I saw you discussing Pan-Genesis yesterday, or whenever it was as well. I saw that. I'd love for y'all to get into that.
we already did that already. Beat them half to death in the debate, but
no, I'm talking about outside. Yeah, I'm talking about just talking. Not.
All right, we'll get into that, but I just want to make something that's very, very clear, right? It's working. Now, African Americans, now they have another tool in their tool bag. So we ain't just sitting there listening. Before, you just be listening to it, right? Now, you can hear the craziness about the ethnogenesis. Now we learn about ethnogenesis through anthropology. And then what does that mean? And then we have textbooks. We say, well, we looking at textbooks. Remember the blackology say, don't read a textbook. It's the white man's textbook.
White man.
But it's actually not. You have plenty of African Americans that are sourced in the backs of textbooks. You just don't know because they have regular names. Like they have George, Tom, Bill, regular names. But there's plenty of African Americans. It's like working on a vaccine. The lead scientist on the mRNA vaccine was
black.
Yeah, so we not afraid. The Nation of Islam made you afraid, right? To say, well, I'm practicing science. They called it the white man science, right? And everything the white man do, he's deceptive. Well, we're smart enough in these generations now. Yeah, although you might be deceptive, we can figure out whether you're cheating. And oh, by the way, it's not your skin color to make you deceptive. It's who you are as a person that will make you deceptive. Okay, so we're not afraid these days. We have actual tools. So when Tariq and them is making all these noise, the FBA is talking crazy. We actually have anthropological tools to know whether y'all making this shit up or telling the truth. What's up, Joe? What time is it, Joe?
Peace to the man. I'm out of church. Peace to the panel, man. What's up? What's up, Gullah Thunder?
Yeah,
hey, look, man, no.
All right, so warning, you're about to hear a bunch of their cheerleaders come on. So Unc is throwing a whole bunch of straw man arguments already. I'm gonna come back and beat those up. I got my coffee done, or cappuccino. So the cookout will begin in about 2 minutes. Let them rant a little more, and then we're gonna get them on the back end.
Why would we fight to lose? So the only way to win is to get better, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we got better tools today to fight the fight that them elders was fighting. Mm-hmm. Why not utilize them?
Right, correct.
Because then you guarantee to win. Mm-hmm. And then all the people yelling all that stuff about don't read the white man, this, that, and the other. Man, look at the origins of most of the arguments that we get fed to us in this community. Mm-hmm. They come from some wild pseudo white person. So I don't know where they get that stupid argument from. They quoting a white person yelling to us if we try to learn. Oh, you're trying to be like the white man. What? But you just quoted me a white man's origin story. Get the heck out of here.
And it's crazy. First of all, let me
talk about. We got a brand new channel member. We see Black Van. Welcome to the channel, man. And you have the green bell.
Appreciate that membership, man. And Brendan, we see you, Brendan. You always a fine supporter, man. He gave that first cash app of the day. Appreciate you, Brendan. Pseudo killer, man. Always there, yo. All the time, no matter what. So, yeah, we find ourselves in a great position today based off of the work of a whole group of people from the Amara Squad all the way up until now, right? And regardless of,
Armin Ra, no.
They time. No, they was needed. Nope. Hey, you cannot give what I had to learn. Yo, you got to give a person small increments, right? To be full-blown sign show, you wouldn't have made it. The fact
Armin Ra wasn't full-blown sign, bro.
No, it wasn't. But it was always, it was the team Osiris. They was full-blown signs all the way. And that would be Ngozi in them. And
yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, but they was made to check the checkers. They was checking the Amara Squad. That was their mission. The young views, I was like, no, y'all don't need to be too close to them, bro. Y'all need to. Now, Gozy was in the Raw squad, but Gullah wasn't. And it worked just fine. Perfect. Nigga ain't that stupid. It worked, right? They was full-blown signs. The Raw squad was scientific, fighting to be scientific, right? But keep African ideals, customs. But even that got in the damn way. I seen it right in front of my eyes, right? They turned on me for being an
Hey, the Amara squad is a bunch of Hotep, Egyptian worshiping Hotepers. That's all. A bunch of people who disrespected Abrahamic faiths to try to introduce the Hotep, ancient Egypt, Kemetic science, whatever they call it, priesthood, ancient Kemetic priesthood, booty scratching Babylon faith. You know, that's all he was trying to do. All right, but it was a nothing burger. So anyway, so Unc was here to debate a dude named Thunder on FBA talking points. Okay, and he was very disingenuous. He cherry picked and then he invited 1,000 people on the panel to help him out. Dr. Ruxpin, Dr. Dennis Asar Winkler was one of them. Okay, then he had some weirdo Cedric come on there, and like 10 people to debate this one guy. And the dude, I ain't gonna lie, the dude did a good job of holding his own. I watched it. He didn't do bad at all. He pointed out some main things we point out when Agent Agenda decides to go into Tariq's Nasheed website and try to misrepresent it. All right, so I'm gonna get to that right away. You dig. So we snowed in, but I think it might be. I think tomorrow things will get back to normal. All right, but it's supposed to snow again Sunday or something like that. Something ridiculous. So I'm gonna get something ridiculous. All right. Anyway, everybody like the video. Unc is known for strawman arguments. And you just got to know when somebody's giving you a straw man. You got to make sure whatever they're saying on behalf of you ain't, you got to make sure it's what you represent. All right. Is what you represent. If not, you got to point that out. So, let me say Timo Cyrus is worse than I'm a raw squad. Well, if this is Kansu from Team Osiris, I'm gonna play a little later. If that's him, then I got some questions for him. All right. So let me get right into this. I'm not gonna play this whole video. Let me get right into I'm gonna play a little more, then we'll get right into their key to Agent Agenda. His name is Agent Agenda. We're gonna get to his key talking points, which is bad. Okay, so I'm gonna say his talking points are dumb because he hates when I call him dumb. So I'm gonna say your talking points are dumb. I'm not gonna call people names. I'm gonna try not to, but I want to say your talking points are dumb and disingenuous, bad faith, all that.
atheist, like, but how, nigga? But that's okay, because that's part of being humans. And the religious,
any sort of race,
ignorance.
well,
We're all
can
dealing with the highest level of ignorance when you're dealing with thunder. So you got to take it extra slow.
Okay, good. So,
he's worse than an FBA.
All right, Santa, let me ask you a question.
No.
If God real,
stop. Hold on for.
Okay, so they always do that. They always try to frame it as, oh, you got to take it extra slow. These guys don't understand stuff. Typical white supremacy talking points. Everything to undermine your argument. Now, the one thing they're not going to do, which they never do, is attack delineation. And even last night, I was trying to get that going with the doctor. My panelists kept interrupting. Yeah, and I appreciate my panelists, but this is why sometimes I just say the link is for the ops, because I want to get them to speak on delineation. You know, and once I started getting that going, everybody was just wanting to talk about anything and everything, and it was a chaotic live. You dig? Anyway, you know, it was okay. I'm not too mad. It was late like it is right now. Had a headache, so I really didn't care too much. But once I got it going there, why not just back up? Why not just let him speak to our strongest argument, which I was starting to get into. I was talking about, oh no, African American, that's new. FBA ain't new. African American is new. Black always been around. This African American term, that's new. And that's a white supremacist talking. That's a white supremacist term. Jesse Jackson was backed by white supremacy. So when Dr. Ruxpin asked me, how do I feel about white supremacy or this white man system, whatever that means, I guess that's interchangeable. You could throw in systemic racism as well. I think he meant all that. Well, your term African American was spearheaded by that white man system.
Why not reclaim tether? I'm the tether suprema law. I'm the TSA. You got to go through me to get on a plane. That's the way I am. You know what I'm saying? TSA. But anyway, yeah, race as a social construct has been something that academics could theorize and could discuss, right? And most.
All right. So you got all these Pan-Africans on here to address this one dude that's representing. Well, in his mind, he's FBA. He's representing his own argument. Okay. So anyway, let me get to some stuff I put aside.
Christmas. Let's go. Anybody ever seen Charlie Brown Christmas?
Race and racism, though, yo?
Anybody ever seen Charlie Brown Christmas?
Uncle's explaining the effect on everyday human life.
Let me ask you a question.
Showed up.
You got a brother and sister. You have siblings.
I do.
Let me ask you this: your siblings ever lied on you?
Yeah.
Your sibling, okay, they lied on you. You ever got whooping for something they lied on you about?
Yes.
Does that mean that that what they said you said, does that mean that it was true?
What's
because
true
it's
is
real. You got whelps on your back. You got whelps on your back. You got your butt hurt. You got beat for something that they said that they lied on you about. That make it real?
Yeah, it's a horrible metaphor, but let's go with it. Let's let them finish. Okay, yes.
That means whatever they said, just because you got your butt whooped for it, that means everything that they said was real and you did it.
Yes.
It was deemed that way. It was accepted that way.
No, that's a good one. Hold up. I caught what he was saying. Yeah. Hold up. Hey, Thunder, you're correct. To the parent, that is correct. To the racist person that's living out here in this world today, yes, race is real to them, even though it's not. Like you're saying. And so we suffer underneath systemic racism. You're correct.
Hold on, hey Thunder. I think you just playing with me now.
No,
I just made a serious point. I say that race is a social construct.
Race is pseudo.
Say that.
I want to hear a pseudo killer. I want to hear you say that race is pseudo.
We fought with the whole Egyptian thing, so we already know.
I want to hear you tell me that race is pseudo. Say it right quick.
Hold on, it's the impetus of scientific racism, my nigga. So I've been
teaching you that race is pseudo, though. Say it right now.
The impetus of scientific racism.
Say that race is pseudo.
Bro, everybody know that scientific racism was pseudoscience.
I said you.
I've said it 1,000 times.
No, say it right now. Say race is pseudo.
It's pseudoscientific. I've been saying that. I taught about scientific racism. Go ahead, Doctor.
Anybody
How you
here?
doing, brother? Doctor, hold on for a minute. Doctor Saw, how you doing, brother? Talk to us.
Blessings. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we have.
I think we have to look at this like sometimes we try to use what they call hard science to really discuss things that are social scientific. And I think the question, I think it wants the question, what do you mean when you say, is racism scientific? I think that you have to clarify what you mean by that, my good brother. And I really appreciate the discussion. But
what's your name?
Dr. Asar.
Dr. Asar. Okay, let me explain to you what I mean by racism.
So family, they literally got, let me see. Look, you guys can see for yourself how many people are against this one brother. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All against this one dude right here. But they claim that we're so dumb, our arguments are so easily debunked. We don't read. You dig? And they got all those people on the panel for this one brother.
Yeah. No, you want me to explain?
But when they come to our spaces, it just be us. They come to Dennis Sperling space, it just be him. Tariq Nasheed just be him. Jason Black just be him. Kind of my space just be me. Afro-Elite just be him. Black Alpha Network just be him. It just be us for the most part. You go to their spaces, it's 1,000 people. Last night, we were already on the panel before Dr. Ruxpin called in. So it wasn't like, you know, we were, and who knew he would call in? So people called in anyway, right, by the topic. It just so happened he called in while people on the panel. But if he had called in before anybody joined the panel, I would have let nobody join that panel. I would have loved to just talk to the brother and let's talk about delineation. Let's talk about African American, right? Why we got issue with that, and why he doesn't, and why he preferred that over black.
Let me explain. The origins of racism comes, I think, from the 1600s. All
right, so let's get past that. Let me go into, you know, I got the clips. I already clipped this up earlier. And then I'm gonna play a video of myself and Unc already going over this. So that's why, damn, his name is Agent Agenda. So we went over this in private. We went over this on my channel publicly. And the dude is supposed to be scientific literate and can't understand some simple stuff. All right. So let me start off with this. Okay. So he has a strategy. And Dr. Ruxpin, I didn't get a chance to explain to Dr. Ruxpin how he lets Unc Agent Agenda put a battery in his back. So I wanted to speak to that. And I wanted to speak to like his crew, you know, how many mistakes they make. And I want to hold them accountable for his crew. I have to call them out like the way he tried to call us out, but that can't happen if everybody just trying to talk over. Anyway, Unc's strategy. Unc never actually debates or he never debates against delineation. He never really tried to debunk it. Okay, so what he does is he goes to redefine FBA by using what he believes is the most weakest fringe claims. Okay, then he called everything pseudo, right? That is a classical example of a straw man attack. Now, I would love for the doctor to hear that and get his feedback on that, because he would have had to admit that. Now, one thing I know he's not going to do is go against Team Pan-African. He want to hold us responsible. They all do this. They want to hold us responsible for each other. Oh, you got FBAs who are xenophobic and blah, 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 blah. Well, you got your Pan-African buddies right there next on the same panel as you. These mysterious FBAs you're bringing up on my panel, we don't know who they are. You don't know their name, but I could point to your panelists, your fellow panelists. I could point right to them. All right. So, anyway, I want to bring you to when he brings up Tariq Nasheed's website. Okay, so on the website, two things are listed there. For one, wait, let's make this clear. It's a website. It's not the dictionary of all. It's not the encyclopedia of all. It's just a website. And it's up to us. Some things we might agree on the website. Some things we might not agree with. And also they argue from the angle that he's our leader. We're an organization. We are a movement. And we are cult members. Don't forget, when they argue, they come from that angle. Like, so I don't care how nice they appear when they pull up. That's how I see them every time. I don't forget that. So they talk to us like that as well. All right, so let me pull up. Unc was trying to strawman attack. He was trying to strawman the FBA definition. So the dude Thunder did a good job of refuting that. Okay, and pointing out the definition on the website, which is irrefutable.
The foundation of Black Americans are the descendants of the Black people who survived one of the greatest atrocities in recorded history, American slavery.
Okay, boom. That is the definition of FBA on Tariq Nasheed website. Google AI says something similar. We all say something similar. That's it. It's real brief. It doesn't speak about who those people may be. As far as you have to come on slave ships or you have to be here before the slave ships, it doesn't speak on that. It speaks real simply. It's basically putting out there, hey, if you are a descendant of people who have went through U.S. chattel slavery, there's a great chance that you may be FBA. Now, if you're sitting around listening to that definition and you came on a slave ship at some point to America, you were here before a slave ship, you're a red Indian, you're a Black Indian, doesn't matter. If you're listening to that definition, you got to decide for yourself, do you fit that definition? Just like an Italian has a definition to be an Italian, right? And it's going to be something similar to whatever what Italy produces, right? And somebody has to sit back and say, do I fit that definition? It's either yes or no, right? So it's thrown out there, and it's up to people to believe they fit that definition. And then you got to, at some point, provide some proof that you fit that definition. So, but that is the definition, and there's a period. There's nothing to add on. Definitions are definitive. And you're going to hear me explain that to Agent Agenda. And a guy who's supposedly scientific literate, you would think he'll get that right away. And that's what I was trying to get to with Dr. Ruxpin. I wanted to see if because he's on his web, he's on YouTube with Unc talking about the website. So I wanted to get him on record. Like, hey man, does this over here got to do with that? But the panelists, they a little too jumpy, a little too froggy. All right. Let's go.
That is who foundational Black Americans are. The descendants of the Black people who built the United States from scratch. Look.
So that is the verbatim definition on Tariq's website. All right. Now, agent agenda. The panelists were trying to convince me yesterday that they're not dumb. Some of them are not, or they don't have dumb arguments, right? That they're pretending. And I don't know, man. I'm not convinced that a lot of them are pretending. I do believe in spots they do pretend. Okay, but when some of these guys got a 15-year-old pattern of pretending to be dumb, at some point, if you pretend to walk like a duck, quack like a duck, swim like a duck, at some point, we just gonna say you're a duck. You dig? Anyway, now, as he expressed the definition from the website, mirroring Google AI, agent agenda. Now, I believe he got that. So I believe I could tell by his facial expression, he got that. Let me show you his facial expression. So you can clearly see he got that. He doesn't look surprised. He don't have that, what? Like, you bugging. Like, he knows that's the definition. He read it. Who doesn't know that? It was just read. Everybody knows that. Everybody of integrity, sincerity, credibility, they know that's the definition. The definition doesn't need any help. It is what it is. All right. So now he's going to further go ahead and show you, he's going to turn his camera and show the website.
Matter of fact, hold on.
But you disqualified those who went down to Trinidad in the 19th century. You disqualified those who went to Haiti.
Stop.
Okay, so some moron, again, you see what happens? Now, this is agent agenda. He always got 10 people on his panel to debate one person. It don't matter if it's evolution. It don't matter if it's FBA or some stuff with Chief Karen, some Black Egypt stuff. Doesn't matter. He's going to bring 10 people every time. We're just one person representing the other side. But he's scientific literate, though. He's not scientific secure.
FBA history. Can y'all read that? You can't read it? I need to go back.
What?
Foundational Black Americans are the descendants of the Black people who survived one of the greatest.
So now some idiot in the background said that's pseudo. How's the definition pseudo, dummy? You either agree or you don't agree. Yeah, it's pseudo. Everything is pseudo. I mean, they watered that word down. It's so played out. You got retards saying it. You got people who are actually pseudo saying it. It's just a played out term that's outdated.
Are the I need to go back.
What?
Foundational Black Americans are the descendants of the Black people who survived one of the greatest atrocities in recorded history, American slavery. FBA are the descendants of the Black people who built the United States from scratch.
We got it. Yeah, you got to see this agent face, man. Like, now you think if you had a problem with that definition, you will address it. He's going to run away from the definitions. That means the definition is definitive. It stands by itself. It's defined. FB is defined. He's going to bring you somewhere else on a website that has nothing to do with this definition. It has nothing to do with the definition. There's a period. It's over. Okay, let me show how this works. So let me just type in delineation. Let me go. Delineate definition. Look, real simple. Describe or portray something precisely, indicate the exact position of a border or boundary. Period. Definition over. Now, this right here, this is a sentence trying to help you understand the definition, but this is not part of the definition. You see that right there? This is a sentence to put the word. This is a sentence where the word is being used to help you understand the definition. This sentence is not part of the definition. So when Tariq Nasheed described what FBA is, and when the brother read it, that's it. So if Tariq Nasheed goes somewhere else and goes further, that is no different than this sentence right here. It's to try to help you understand who he's talking about or who he believes is FBA, but it's not part of that. It's not part of the definition. That's all we're trying to explain to the guy. That's what this dude did, and that's what I did, and I'm gonna show you. Okay. Watch the deflect
right here. We want to read this. Can you see this? Can you see it, Thunder?
All right. So let me just go real fast. Hold on. Then he gets mad when people call him dumb. It's like, dude, if everybody on the internet is saying the same thing, there's some smoke there. Okay, so let me do this. Like, nobody just called people, rainbow for no reason, zesty, or a crook, or whatever. When the whole internet, they don't know each other, conclude the same thing, there's some smoke there. It might not be true still, but there is some smoke there. Okay. Because that's a nice way. Because if we say something else, like you're an agent, you'll get mad. Okay. So now, family, I want to show you the disingenuous of this guy. Okay. So this guy is literally a piece of shit. Look at this. Now I'm gonna show his screen that he's sharing from the website. That I'm gonna show my screen. Okay. So now he's gonna try to read this right here. Now, family, you see where it says Foundation Black Americans, and then he goes to 3 stars because he's pretending that this is part of a continued definition. All right. But what he's not going to do is show you what it says above Foundation Black Americans. Boom. Flag meaning. That's why we say this dude is dumb. Okay, forget about dumb arguments. We just say he's dumb. This guy is literally being deceptive. He's on the website deceiving everybody here and showing Foundation Black Americans, and then going to read this stuff as though this is a continued definition of what an FBA is. That's false. This is describing the flag meaning. You see this right here? This doesn't change wherever you go on the website. This stays right here. So he's very disingenuous. He tried to line up this that doesn't move to this. That's why some accuse him to still be on drugs. Or again, this is not me, it's the internet. Because those, in my opinion, those are drug continuing habits. To be deceptive and to be a liar. Foundation Black Americans. And he got that there. And he got 3 stars here to make you believe that all of this is continuing the definition of FBA. And I'm telling you, no matter where you go on his website, this is not going to change. So now, okay. But this, he hid from the camera. Watch this. He did it on purpose. Watch. I'm going to back up. Watch this. He's going to go straight to that image that he
mistakes from scratch.
We got it right here. We want to read this.
Look,
can you?
He put it right there, family. He did it on purpose. He purposely hid FBA flag meaning. We got him. We got him. The dude is terrible, man. No integrity. That's why he had friends and he fall out with all of his friends, all of his pseudo kills, all of his Amara. He fall out with everybody, be new people every month. Somebody new is a new member of his cult. So I told you. So now what he's trying to read is the 3 stars of the flag. So the flag, he's defining the meaning of the stars of a flag. That has nothing to do with who is FBA, who is not. Like we can outright reject the flag. Matter of fact, guess what? He can take the flag off the website. And guess what's still there? FBA and who is and who ain't. So the flag is something additional outside of the outside of the definition of FBA. It stands by itself. You don't got to accept the flag. Okay, you might rather choose the Black American Heritage flag. You might rather choose the American flag. Okay. So the FBA flag that Tariq Nasheed introduced, that's optional. That's not a requirement. That's optional. That's why some of us, again, we have the Black American Heritage flag. Some got the FBA flag that Tariq Nasheed introduced. Some people got just the American flag, like myself. Some got all three. Some got two of the three. But yeah, but that is different from the definition of what FBA is. Now I'm gonna have the brother read FBA again, and you let me know when he read the definition if you read 3 stars in the definition. And this is where I was beating Unk up at. There's no need for me to play the replay me and Unk. I'm telling you, I kept saying Unk. I'm gonna read the definition of FBA again. Stop me when I read about a star or 2.
Are the descendants of the foundation of Black
pseudo. Go ahead, Plunder.
Okay, so now he's going to read the definition one more time. Stop me. Tell me to pause the video when we read about a star.
The foundation of Black Americans are the descendants of the Black people who survived one of the greatest atrocities in recorded history, American slavery.
There you go. Did anybody read anything about a star? So now I did this for Unk in real time. Agent Agenda in real time. The Strawman guy, the Scarecrow guy. And he act like that made no sense at all. I said, bro, we just read the definition. We don't read about a star. So now this is important because the stars are debatable within the lineage. Like some people believe that, so some people believe this. Some people believe that some people came by slave ships. Like, for example, Tariq Nasheed believes that some people came by slave ships and some people were already here, right? That's part of the FBA ethnogenesis. You got other people who believe majority of us came through slave ships and very little to none of a significant number were already here, right? That became FBA. Then you got another third group that believes the transatlantic slave ship thing is all false. It never happened. Okay? That we were already here and always were here. Matter of fact, they extracted slaves from here to other places in the world. So you got 3 different beliefs, or 3 different positions, I should say. All right? Now, that's why the stars is irrelevant, because you don't have to believe either one of those positions, or you don't have to hold either one of those positions to be FBA. That's not required. What's required is you must go through U.S. chattel slavery, whether you thought you were here before slave ships, whether you thought slave ships never got here, whether you thought slave ships did get here, and people that were here were in very low numbers, insignificant numbers, whether you accept any of those positions, those are all irrelevant, because everybody has to acknowledge that they through U.S. chattel slavery to be required to be called FBA. That is the start of the conversation. So all those other 3 positions don't matter. They're irrelevant. The question is, did you come from U.S. chattel slavery? The definition of FBA that the brother just read is basically, did you come from U.S. chattel slavery? The definition says descendants of those who came from U.S. chattel slavery. Not one star was mentioned in the definition. Okay, so we can save time there. We can save time there. We don't need to belay that. Okay. So this is why we know he's pseudo, because we know that pseudos play in the gray area. Pseudos make the exception the rule. Okay. That's why you heard the brother last night talk about the few people online, the few trolls online or bots who may be xenophobic or maybe saying rude things towards African immigrants. They make that the exception. I should ask the man. I should ask the brother, like, what percentage of people who acknowledge the FBA practice those behaviors? Like, how do you quantify that? So, yeah, the bulk of us just live our regular daily life. And a few of us, when we hear some nasty stuff about us from immigrants that's Caribbean or African, some of us who be online, we're going to go online and talk about it. The same way they go online and talk about us, we're going to go online and address them. Now, they like to act like our defense and our pointing out their real life. They act like pointing out their real life is badgering them. When we say, hey, man, your country, you need to go back and fix it. We're not joking. We really believe you should go back to your homeland and fix it. That's called brain circulation. Your country should practice it sometime. Okay. All right. Anyway. So what they all do is notice that they cherry pick Tariq Nasheed website. They don't look at Yvette Carnell, whoever else. They cherry pick Tariq Nasheed website because they think that's the weak link. All right. And they attack Tariq Nasheed's speculative theories. Okay. And they don't attack, which is unbeatable, unattackable. Teflon Don is the FBA, our ethno-political identity. So he attacks speculative theories. That's a Strawman family. That's we don't hang our hat on speculative theories. We hang our hat on the definition of FBA. Okay, so let me go here. What else? Foolishness they brought up. Okay. Then he makes up this rule right here. Okay. And then he wondered why the Tupac got a song, you wonder why they called you a B. I gotta ask, you wonder why they called you dumb. Okay, you wonder why they call you dumb. Then he says something as dumb as this. This is a dumb statement, period. Family, do me a favor, like the video. We got Lano King 51 new in the building. Peace to you. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, which is most importantly, like the video. Thank you very much. And let's go here now. Okay. So then he goes here. Then he tells us what we should do, what we have to do. After I just explained the whole 3-star thing.
If you FBA, stand on it. Stand on the dumbness. Stand on the good parts, but you got to stand on the bad parts too. Don't come tell me I'm FBA, but I don't believe in the black explorers and the black Indians. No, nigga, then you ain't FBA. You something else.
Okay, so now this guy, again, he's supposed to be non-pseudo, scientific literate, supposed to have integrity. We know all that's false. All right. Then he says, no, you have to believe the 3 stars or you're not FBA. This guy. The scarecrow guy, Mr. Strawman, try to give us a standard. Like, what? Yeah. Anyway, we know that's dumb. Check this out. Ethnic identity does not require belief in theories, my guy. Okay. So he uses religious purity logic. That's what he just did. Religious purity logic. You must accept every doctrine or you're not a real member. He calls us members of this organization. Family, that's cult logic. That's not social science. And he admits he comes from a cult. He admits that. Again, ethnic identity does not require beliefs and theories. So even with the 3 stars being there, whether some accept it, some don't, that don't mean whether the 3 stars are true or not. That doesn't take away the definition. For example, the Jewish community, they disagree on Exodus. Some think is BS, some think, but they're still Jews. Irish disagree on Celtic origins. Okay, so again, hear me out one more time, family. We can agree or disagree on stars. That don't make us non or FBA. What are you talking about? The Jews disagree on Exodus. Irish disagree on Celtic origins. And Native Americans disagree on migration theories. And guess what? Foundation Black Americans, we may or may not agree on the 3 stars. That don't make us a non-ethno-political group. So ethnic identity is about shared history and political status, not agreeing on every theory. Weird, Mr. Strawman. Okay, so here's another one. Now look at this foolishness here. Complete bananas.
When is this country founded? And what country are you talking about? You're talking about the United States? And give us a date.
Because this country was founded in 1776. Were black people here in 1776?
1782. It was
black people here in 1782?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, good. Right.
So what's your point?
You got it.
Those are the foundation of Black America.
Well, what about that other crime?
And how do you connect to them?
I'm a descendant of those people.
Okay. So you can trace your descendancy, all of your ancestors. Now you got 2 parents, 4 grandparents, 8 great-grandparents, and so the number's going to get bigger and bigger as we go back to 1776. By the time we get to 1776, you're talking about hundreds of individuals.
So family, this guy, you hear these dumb requirements that they try to give us? They required us to trace our line back to 1776 in order to be foundational Black American. Okay, he demands, like that demand is it's an impossible genealogical proof. Like it can't be done for some people. Okay, so watch this. No ethnic group requires every member to DNA trace to the founding generation. Yo, this is how you know we gotta keep what we're doing, stand strong, stand tall, and just go all in. The fact that they're reaching like this means that we have something good. We have something great. Nobody provides lineage back to 1776, right? To be American. Not one white person is required to prove lineage back to 1776, but they're still American. So ethnicity is collective descent, not personal paperwork. It's collective descent. Oh, you can't trace your line to 1776, then you're not American. Well, guess what? Based off that pseudo science, then nobody, well, a large portion of America won't be American anymore. But nobody doubts white people who say they're American. All right. Okay. So here's another folly. Yeah, so again, another dumb goof. Provide the evidence. You can trace your lineage back to 1776, 1782. Shut up.
Yeah, you are.
At least you be like Ron. Like Ron is pseudo,
of Black America.
Ron the goddamn pseudo. This what Ron do.
Okay, you see that? So he can call me pseudo, and hey, look, I'm chilling because I know he's not better than me on nothing when it comes to information. He's been flawed 1,000 times. He mispronounced stuff all the time. I don't do that. Not as much as him, nowhere near. But he can call me pseudo, but I can't call him dumb. No, you're dumb. I'm pseudo, you're dumb. You did the name calling first. You call me pseudo, you're dumb. Dumb, pseudo Ron, dumb agent agenda. Okay, but let's go back. So now the dude Thunder had cooked them on ethnogenesis. That's why he's saying, or you sound like pseudo Ron with just ethnogenesis talk.
At least you be like Ron. Like Ron is pseudo,
of Black America.
Ron the goddamn pseudo. This what Ron do. Pseudo Ron. This what he do. He regularly allows people on his platform to talk to pseudo-scientific ethnogenesis. I know what the hell an ethnogenesis is. I just showed you what they claim the ethnogenesis is. For you to continue to think you're that people is ridiculous to me.
Are you in this?
See, now this retard goes back to the 3 stars. The ethnogenesis is who we are today. It's like undeniable. Ethnogenesis is explained, and I'm gonna get there. Family. I'm gonna get there. Since we want to bring up the doctors and the Harvard, we're gonna do that. Dr. Hussar, hope you're listening, Dr. Ruxpin. We're gonna get to the professionals, the people with the degrees, the sociologists, what they got to say what an ethnogenesis is, and do we fall into that? Regardless of what somebody believes it to be, that's here nor there, it's a real thing. If you fit it, you fit it, and we do. We fit it, and the definition is clear. There's no confusion. When you type in FBA on Google AI, they're considering Tariq Nasheed website and other stuff out there and about FBA, and there's no confusion with AI. AI gonna tell you straight up exactly what his website says. AI is not going to mention the 3 stars. Now these idiots was on 4-way with us. It was myself, ex-architect. It was agent agenda, and that Arabian tether. Okay, we pulled up ethnogenesis. No, I'm sorry. We pulled up FBA definition on Google AI, Gemini. It pulled it up, almost identical to what Tariq Nasheed definition expressed. Then they said, okay, well, click on deeper dive at the bottom, as though it's going to say 3 stars. Because we was like, I see no 3 stars. What's up, man? Like, the 3 stars is stuff on the flag. Okay, you're mixing up the definition of FBA and why things are on this flag. The symbolism on the flag, you're mixing the two up. That's something retarded people do. All right. So they went to do a deeper dive. They just read further and same thing. It just elaborated more, but nothing about 3 stars. So again, what they try to do is go to what they believe are weak points that can be exploited, the exception to the rule. They do that stuff. And that's what weak people do. People who don't have a strong argument. That's not what I do. I attack the core of your argument, what you think is the strongest. That's why when I did the whole hip hop thing with the 4 elements, I went at the core, which are the elements. You know, the Jamaicans brought in DJ, and the Puerto Ricans brought in breakdancing and graffiti, and you FBAs, all you did was bring in MCing. Yeah, but hip hop today is synonymous with MCing, rap. Hip hop is standing on the shoulders of rap alone. Everybody's getting deals in hip hop to become rappers, all ethnicities, rapping in total Spanish like Bad Bunny, or you got the guy rapping in Japanese language with Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, they ain't DJing. They ain't doing graffiti. The masses, the millions, the hundreds of thousands are trying to become rappers. Rap dominate hip hop. Everything is obsolete and faded away. The center focus is rap. Okay. As a segue. So, no, that's the core. I struck the core and made the claim, or made the statement bold, right in your face, regardless of who came up with what. You want to debate that? Well, you can't debate the FBA's brought in MCing rapping, and that's the most dominant. So we brought in the most dominant part. We brought in 98% of 97% of hip hop. was through emceeing. The other 3% is one graffiti, one DJing, and one in breakdancing. That's it. So I attack the core arguments of people stance. I don't go to the weak parts and look at this. Because that means they're weak. So now the brother Thunder was explaining to him about ethnogenesis, and that word just struck him like lightning. Oh, Ron, pseudo Ron.
Understanding of
people is ridiculous to me.
Are you a descendant of slaves?
Nigga, I'm not descendant of no black Indians. I'm not no descendant of no black.
Are you a descendant of American slaves?
Yeah, but that's just.
Yeah, but that ball game. Okay, that's all, brother. You was forced to admit. So, check this out. Ethnogenesis is how a people form over time. Example: Germans formed from tribes, right? Jamaicans formed from Africans, Europeans, and indigenous people. Yeah, Jamaicans, you got your own ethnogenesis. And Foundation Black Americans are formed from African captives who were sold by Africans, plus European, plus indigenous admixture, plus U.S. political history. Family, that is textbook anthropology. Okay. So, as you notice that none of them like to address that we are an ethno-political group by law and history, census category, voting rights act, protected class, civil rights jurisprudence, U.S. Supreme Court racial classifications, historical nation building lineage. That is ethnogenesis in political science. Okay. Now, let me also tell you what anthropology says about ethnogenesis. It says an ethnic group forms when there's a shared history, shared oppression or state experience, shared cultural development, shared political identity, shared self-identification. Black Americans, we check all the boxes. So anthropologists say ethnic groups form through shared history and social boundaries. Black Americans, we formed under slavery and Jim Crow. That's ethnogenesis, whether these clowns like it or not. Now, what about modern scholarship confirmation? Let's look at a Harvard sociologist. Let's look at Orlando Patterson. What does he say? He says slavery created a new people, not simply a transplanted African population. So Malcolm X was wrong saying we're Africans and American. And anybody else who says that is wrong. Okay, so again, Orlando Patterson, a Harvard sociologist, said, this is his quote, slavery created a new people, not simply a transplanted African population. Family, that is literally our argument as FBA, ADOS, U.S. freedmen, or descendants of freedmen. Okay. Yeah, give me a second. I want to try to pull this quote up. Yeah, can we get the likes up? The likes are we're like down half, like 65 watching on 34 likes. We could do better than that. I know we can. I've seen it happen before. All right, so let me try to get this quote. Let's try to get this quote. Oh my God. Da, 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 da. Let's get the likes up, family. Get a couple people in here, you know what I mean, to check us out. So let's check this out right here. Because they want to pretend like we're crazy. They want to gaslight us to pretend that we're not making any sense. Harvard sociologist Orlando Patterson posits that slavery in the Americas created a new distinct people rather than merely transplanting an African population. Okay. Through the concept of natal alienation, he argues that enslaved individuals were severed from their heritage, kinship ties, and legal rights, creating a new socially dead status that forced the creation of a new, unique, and resilient culture. Ball game. Okay. Ball game. Yeah, I had seen I had seen one more. Who was the other Cash App person? Was it Chief Karen? I gotta make a video of that. So there you go. ADOS in the building. We just need a bit more African dress up. Yeah, so make sure the video's being liked. So you see, family, easy work, easy research. Oh, I got more than that. Oh, you think that's all I got? That's all I'm gonna share you, but I got one more for you. Frederick Barth. He's considered the father of ethnicity studies. He got a quote in 1969. Ethnic groups are categories of ascription and identification by the actors themselves. I mean, you get to re-identify yourself. You get to rename yourself. He says, and thus have the characteristic of organizing interaction between people. Okay. So in other words, people decide who they are as a group, not your government, Tether New, not your government, BSIA, which stands for backwards, scammer, incomplete, a-hole. So you don't need permission from Africa to rename yourself. Keep going. Rogers Brubaker. He says ethnicity without, it's called, the article is called Ethnicity Without Groups 2004. By the way, I got 100 of these. 100 of these. They want sources, I got you. So Rogers Brubaker, Ethnicity Without Groups 2004. Ethnicity, race, and nationhood are not things in the world, but ways of seeing and interpreting the world. Basically, ethnic identity is political and social, not DNA. Anthony D. Smith, National Identity, 1991. A nation is named human population sharing myths, memories, symbols, and a common culture. In other words, Black Americans qualify as a nation-like ethnic group by history and culture. I ain't gonna give you too many. Let me start right there. I got your boy W. Du Bois in here. Let me start right there. Yeah, I can't get everybody. But okay, so I got that for let me see what he likes at. Let me see what he likes at. Cause I know the Pan-Africans on notice. Cause they know when I go live, it's Debunk City. Yeah, the likes ain't liking. I ain't liking the likes. So I'm gonna do a few more things and we're gonna get off here. I ain't gonna be staying up this late to not get no damn. Yo, what video was that? It was begging for cash apps. Hold on. Yeah, why is this song on my head? Right here.
If you wanna ride with us, you gotta show me love. No more riding with lies against us. You gotta show me trust. Yeah. If you wanna ride with us, you gotta show me love. No more riding with lies against us. You gotta show me trust. If you're looking for inclusion, then talk to me. Talk to the family tree. We can all ride when it's time to slide on our enemies. And we can all ride when it's time to override these policies. If you wanna ride with us, you gotta show me love. No more riding with lies, sister. You gotta show me trust. If you wanna ride with us, you gotta show me love.
Somebody else did.
No more riding with lies, sister. You gotta show me trust. You wanna ride with us, you gotta show me love. No more riding with lies against us. You gotta show me trust. Yeah. If you wanna ride with us, you gotta show me love.
Yeah, this is a nice little bop, right?
No more riding with lies.
Get the likes up.
You gotta show me trust.
You gotta show me love with the likes.
If you wanna ride with us, you gotta show me love. I'm riding with lies. You gotta show me trust.
All right, I got it where I wanted 203. Okay, let's do this. Let me make a clip of this. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. It's in here somewhere.
If you felt I did a good job, I'm gonna drop the link. If you felt I did a good job, send me $5, $10, $20 to my Cash App. If you think I've done a good job and you learned something, I guarantee you learned something you never got in elementary, high school, or college. This shit was kind of comprehensive what I did here. I'm kind of proud of myself. Shoot me a Cash App and say thank you. Now, if if
these are
you
my
felt I did a good job, I'm gonna drop the link. If you felt I did a good job, send me $5, $10, $20 to my Cash App. If you think I've done a good job. Now, if you felt I did a good job, I'm gonna drop the link. If you felt I did a good job,
do this.
Send me $5, $10, $20 to my Cash App. If you think I've done a good job and you learned something.
I got another one for y'all. Here you go.
This is the only factor creating all of that. You better look at it. You cannot pay for this kind of knowledge. But I hope you have enough respect to go see my Cash App, which is pinned to the top of the YouTube chat and it's in the description of this video. Whether you're watching it while I'm doing it live or even if you watch it when this is over. If you're watching this a week or a month from now, go see my Cash App because you're getting the knowledge. Don't steal from me.
Well, a man robbed God.
That's what it is. If you come here and you get this kind of knowledge and you ain't going to see my Cash App, as far as I'm concerned, you stealing from me. That's it. I said it. You don't like it? Keep it a buck.
Yeah, these guys are crazy. All right, family. Let me see. I just don't need to play that. Mm-hmm.